guys, it's Ava, and today I'm going to be telling you the 10 biggest mistakes I made when I started looking for flips. Let's get into the video. Number one, I was trying to be super frugal when I started, so basically I would skip trace all my own leads. Let's say I had a list of about 100 properties. It would take me about 1 to 2 hours to skip trace that, when in reality I could have skip traced it in 1 minute and paid like 25 bucks. I could have spent those 1 to 2 hours marketing, which actually would have paid itself over. So I definitely recommend just don't skip trace on your own unless it's like 1 or 2 properties. If you have a big list, just use a skip tracer. It is worth it. Number two, kind of the same situation here. When I used to cold call, I could cold call about 100 people in like a 3-hour time period if I was just hand dialing the numbers. Do not hand dial the numbers. Trust me, buy and invest in a dialer. Basically, it just dials the numbers for you. And I used a triple line dialer, meaning it would call 3 people at one time. And then if someone picked up, it would just cut all the other lines. And I was able to call 300 people in an hour. You gotta look at time versus money. And plus, a dialer is not that expensive. A monthly payment of like 100 something, which in the long run, it really isn't that much. Number three, a similar situation, texting. When I used to text, I would be frugal and I would just copy and paste the messages, copy and paste the messages. Invest in a texter. These can be a little more pricey. I use Launch Control, but basically, I was able to send about 10,000 texts a month for 500 bucks. And if you think about it, if I were to send 10,000 postcards in the mail, that is so much more expensive than 500 bucks. So sometimes you just have to look at it in different perspectives. How many people are actually touching per the cost? So yes, $500 might seem a lot monthly, but if you're gonna spend $500 on direct mail, why not just contact 10x the amount of people? The fourth one is, again, super similar, doing your own direct mail. It actually turns out doing your own direct mail can be more expensive than having someone else do it. I realize this. With my own direct mail, it costs about like $1, and using a service, it costs about like 80 cents per direct mail because they all have all like the machines and robots and stuff. So I just recommend not spending the time or money doing that. Number five, this applies to texting, cold calling, and direct mail. When you have your script, people think you need to have this like big, elaborate, like long script. You really don't. It's actually best if you kind of just get to the point quick because most people, they'll get uninterested and stop reading. So you don't want to spend your time boring them with a long letter. Let them get all the information just in a really like concise, short sentence. I have seen a lot better results using a short script. And specifically with cold calling, people won't hang up as much if you just keep it short and sweet. Number six, hustling in secret. One of the biggest mistakes I made in real estate when I just started out was for a year, I just didn't tell anybody. I just wanted to keep it to myself, you know, get successful and then tell everyone. Yeah, that's not really how it works in real estate. You want to be telling everyone what you're doing, like in every single conversation. I know it might be uncomfortable, but mention that you're a real estate investor. If someone's cousin's best friend is selling their house, you want to know, right? So basically what I like to do is I'll be in a conversation with someone and I'll just ask, hey, what do you do? And I'll actually genuinely listen and care. And then if they ask me back, which they most likely do, I'll just tell them. Number seven, for the longest time, I didn't track like anything like my direct mail results, my cold call results, how many hours I was putting into things. But when you track, you can see it when your time is being best spent and when you're doing things that aren't getting you any results. Therefore, you can eliminate things, do things more, and eventually you'll get a deal faster. Number eight, I personally didn't make this mistake, but I've seen tons of people make this mistake, which is not having financing beforehand. You always want to make sure you find your financing before you find the deal because you don't want to be in the situation where you find the deal and then you're making promises to someone, but you have no financial backing whatsoever. So eventually the deal just won't even happen. Number nine, another one of my biggest mistakes was thinking it was gonna be easy. I thought I'd be able to find a flip in a week. No, that is not the case. Number 10, and my biggest mistake was not getting a mentor sooner. Guys, mentors are so valuable. I personally partnered up with someone who has done hundreds of flips, and they have provided me so much knowledge and value because when you get a flip and it's your first one, you have no idea what you're doing with rehab half the time. Like you can read as many books and watch as many YouTube videos as possible, but you don't really know what you're doing until you actually do it. So having someone there who's done a million before is really gonna help you. Even if it costs money, please invest in yourself because it's only gonna help you in the long run. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and please avoid my 10 biggest mistakes that I've made in real estate. Bye.